You are now tuning into A&M Radio, the official online radio show in the arts and music. You guys can check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/the arts and music, or on Twitter at the arts and music, and our website www.theartsandmusic.com. If you would like to be a guest on A&M Radio, email theartsandmusichehelp@gmail.com. Again, that is theartsandmusichehelp@gmail.com.
I hear your book drops March 29th. That's awesome.
Yes, I'm excited.
Okay, so you're widely recognized in New York City in the poetry community, and then you made your announcement on writing this book, and just a few questions that a lot of people I know are wondering, including myself. And first of all, is this an autobiography, or is it based on a fictional character going through realistic experiences?
Actually, it's a chapbook of poetry. It's my poetry collection of poems over the years. I've been doing poetry since 2010, but I've never published my work other than an anthology that I was a part of about 2 years ago. So this is basically my first collection of poems, and it touches on a range of topics, everything from assimilation to gentrification, lessons, life, a little bit of everything.
Right, that's wonderful. I know a lot of Brooklyn girls could use that. It's hard growing up anywhere, especially being a lady. So Brooklyn is especially rough if you're not around the right people to influence.
Very gritty.
You, so.
Yes, it's very gritty. It can make or break you, and luckily for me, it made me. So it made me everything who I am.
Well, I'm glad that you're taking that experience and sharing it with young ladies who could probably use that. It's really a great thing that you're doing. Very, very much so what the world needs these days,
Thank you.
All right, so this goes right into it, of course. What has growing up in Brooklyn meant to you, and what continues to make it so special for you?
Well, growing up, I was born and raised in Brooklyn, and, I come from a single-parent home, and seeing my mom, struggle and work hard to provide for me and my sister was something that hard work has been instilled for me since early. Also, my mom struggled with, literacy, and that was another thing that got me into heavily reading books and just applying all that and studying hard in school and making me the writer that I am. So, Brooklyn, it's rough. It's made me have a backbone. It's raised me. I've seen, like I said, my family struggle. I've seen friends struggle. I've seen, death and the lost ones and people that we lost to AIDS, in the 80s and the 90s and drugs. And so everything that I grew up surrounded by and stood away from, fortunately, I created poems about. Some of them are about my family, and some of them aren't. Some of them are things that I've seen that I write about other people's experiences, and hopefully my poetry can touch people, or girls or boys, because the book is not only for women or girls of Brooklyn, it's for anyone that grew up in Brooklyn during that era, and they can relate to the poetry that's in the book.
Yeah, that's again, it's an amazing thing. It's all about giving back. Once you grow up in environments like that, it's really important to give back and experiences to
and
just
I think it's
uplift.
also important to be able to share your experiences and your story. I think one of the reasons why I wrote this book so vividly and about things that I grew up and was surrounded by is because people need to hear it. Our youth needs to hear it. They need to hear voices that sound like their own from places that they come from, and know that they can do it too. They can write a book. They can become a poet. They can basically become anything that they apply their minds to. And that was important for me to share too. That's why I titled it Brooklyn's Daughter. I grew up in Brooklyn, but that doesn't mean I'm any less than those who've made it or anyone who's been successful.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely makes sense. I'm glad you titled it that. It seems fitting. Again, I'm excited to read it. I'm an avid reader myself and grew up in a background that wasn't exactly perfect, so I consider myself and where I'm at today very successful. So I relate. So what are a couple things specifically that you would want the reader to take away after reading this book? Like, what do you want them to gain from reading it? A couple specifics.
What I would like the reader to gain from it is, like I said, learning to write their own stories, their own experiences. That's one. I grew up in a time where I'm big on music. My mother was big on music. I grew up in a household that always played salsa and, Motown and John Lennon. So in my book, there's a lot of poems that have to do with culture and music and throwbacks to when I was growing up. What I would want people to take away from the book is just be who you are. Don't shy away from that. Your circumstances does not make the person you are what makes you. And for the girls that are reading the book, there's a lot of strong poems in there about pride and brokenness and healing and putting yourself back together. That was another thing that was important to me, was teaching out young girls, or just not teaching them, but showing them, break if you want to, but heal yourself. And I think that people that read this book will walk away with, like, a sense of, wow, I feel better already just having read that.
Yeah, it kind of offers an outlet for being able to heal yourself after. Like, it is okay to break, and that's a very strong message. I definitely think that's also an incredible one that more young women need to do, especially coming from a background of struggle. You need to definitely let people know that it is okay to break as long as you're healing. So that is absolutely wonderful. Again, congratulations.
And it also deals with, different elements. I touch on domestic violence. I touch on, sexual assault. There's a lot of things in there that women and girls in our communities go through, and they don't have a voice, or they don't have they're too afraid. They don't have the strength to speak on it. And so I spoke on it. And there's many of us poets that speak on the tough topics that we want to give voices to the people that don't speak on it. And that's another part of the book that I want girls to read and know that it's okay to speak on these subjects and not be judged.
Yeah, of course. And the people who are judging you, they're just, in a way, judging themselves and trying to hold themselves back, because people tend to show animosity when they feel like they can't keep up and also do or find their own inner voice and their power. And we have a saying on the road here that says we do it for the people who can't or won't. And
exactly.
And that's again, our struggles and also our triumphs seem to be very, very right next to each other. So that's, again, this is going to be epic. I'm really excited because, I've never heard of you before the interview, so I'm really happy that I've been able to, look you up and see your artwork. The artwork was beautiful. I saw that it took so long to make happen. You had written since inception into making it happen what it is, that you work closely with the artist. So it's really great that you were able to express that.
Yes, he's an amazing artist, Nelson Santiago. He's based in Queens, New York, and he's Bronx born though. But he's an amazing artist, and all I did was tell him, this is what I want to do, and he made it come to life. I'm in love with the book cover, absolutely in love with the book cover. That's
awesome. It's wonderful to see projects that start from an idea and then culminate into the end result being something that's uplifting and empowering. It's all too often artists are not staying true to themselves and uplifting others, which, in my opinion, they're supposed to do. That's kind of like, if you're given this gift, then you must give back. Like, that's it.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
So tell us where we can get this book on March 29th. And it is available. That is the date, right? So you can just...
That is the date.
Okay.
The book will be available. You can either get it on CreateSpace.com or you can get it on Amazon.com. You can also get it on my website, which is the Escribidola Chronicles. and that's my blog. It'll be on there as well.
Can you just spell that out for some people who might not know the spelling?
Sure. It's ESCRIBIDORA Chronicles.
Okay, great. And then do you have any events coming up or any place where people can meet you if they're trying to, come out and see you personally, maybe get their book signed?
Yes, actually March 29th I'm having a book release at Simplicity Wine Bar, and that is in Brooklyn. That's March 29th. There's no cover. It's a free event. It starts at 7:30, and I'll be signing books, but I'm also going to have some poet friends of mine come and perform some of their work. I'm going to have a drummer there who will be drumming during some of my pieces, so it's a little bit of music, a lot of celebrating. I'm excited about it.
Oh, that sounds great. I wish I was in New York. March 29th, I wish I was in New York. I am unfortunately not, but that's okay.
Wish you were too. It's going to be a fun night.
Yeah, well, I'm going to definitely have to get that book when it comes out and definitely read it and let you know how I feel about it. So what's the best way to keep in touch with you for everyone who wants to follow you, your social networks, Twitter, Instagram? Where can they find you?
Yes, I'm on Facebook, Maria Rodriguez. I'm on Instagram, Escribidora, ESCRIBIDORA. I am on Instagram. I am on Twitter, Me Escribidora, again, MESCRIBIDORA. And that's about it.
All right.
I'm on every social network.
I know, right? Isn't that the beauty of these days, being able to keep in touch easily? Wherever people are, you can find or be found.
You are now tuning into A&M Radio, the official online radio show in the arts and music. You guys can check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/the arts and music, or on Twitter at The Arts and Music, and our website, www.theartsandmusic.com. If you would like to be a guest on A&M Radio, email theartsandmusichehelp@gmail.com. Again, that is theartsandmusichehelp@gmail.com.